Welcome to the jungle. I'm your host, Andy Garza, President and CEO of Big Gorilla Sales and Marketing Training. Here in the Jungle podcast for all the hungry entrepreneurs, you'll hear firsthand experiences from business owners of how they overcame challenges on their road to success. Every week, we'll have a different business owner from every walk of life. If you want to learn more about guerrilla marketing, visit biggorillamarketing.com. You can also connect with me on Facebook at Big Gorilla Marketing. I'd like to introduce my guest, Allison Anna, owner of Awaken Marketing. She helps businesses get to the next level through the power of digital marketing. Welcome to the jungle, Allison.
Thank you for having me today, Andy. I'm excited to be here.
Well, let's get right into it. Now, how long have you been in business?
So a little under 2 years now. So we're a new business. But we've made a lot of growth and progress in those 2 years, and we have a lot of exciting things going on.
Okay, and I always like to get to the meat right away. Also, is what inspired you? What got you in your line of work?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've always been a really creative person. So it goes hand in hand with what I do. But really, what inspired me to get into being an entrepreneur and digital marketing was really my kids and my family and my why. So even in the kind of the hardest parts of my business and growing it, I really lean back on my why, and that's what keeps me going, and it's what started me in my work. And so my why is just to give my kids a great life, to be present for the moments, be a present mom, and be able to be there for all of those moments and not miss the moments, and also just to give them something to look up to and pass down to them one day also. So.
Wow, that's a great answer. That means you started your business during the pandemic. So obviously there's some challenges. What are some of the challenges that you had to overcome?
Yeah, so I'm thinking back to the challenges that actually made me start this business was just dealing with the shutdowns with COVID, having my kids at home, having sick kids, being sick myself. Actually, when I launched my business, I had COVID.
Wow.
So it was rough. I remember, there was days where I was just kind of in and out of it. And I was preparing to take sales calls and get on the phone with people and, just sleeping on and off. So that was the biggest challenge kind of coming in to starting it. And then you have all of the people that were just unfamiliar with the digital world. And during COVID, there's been this massive shift over the last few years of people and businesses needing to go digital, and the push, during COVID of doing everything virtual and digital and things like that. So really, the biggest challenge was just facilitating that movement for businesses that were maybe relying on more traditional means of operating.
Wow, you're certainly right. I mean, I can think of several businesses right off the bat that switch to digital it was like going in the dark with blindfold on. They just had no idea how to navigate through this stuff. So somebody emerging like you has got to be almost, in my opinion, a godsend. I mean, because I know a lot of people that were in that boat, and they were forced into that boat from the COVID. What's interesting is all of us that have lived through the COVID in business are going to have the COVID story.
Yeah.
30 years from now, your kids and grandkids are going to be talking about the COVID story. What's your story during the COVID?
Yeah.
So that is a challenging spot, and I'm sure it's shared by others out there that are listening.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the goals that you have for your business?
Mm-hmm. So the main goal that I have for my business, which I did not realize this goal until after about a year of operating, a year into my business, is to spread good in the world and to awaken people and businesses to a new way of living and operating. Because this world that we're going into, I believe, it's very different than it ever used to be, and even for businesses. So my main goal is to really just help people along the way. Whether it's me helping someone personally, whether it's my business helping another business grow through digital marketing, that's really my main goal and really what I'm kind of inspired to do. Some of my more short-term goals is, we're really growing with web development right now. So I started my business on Facebook ads. That's where my specialty lies. And we're really expanding. We've made some partnerships recently to really grow with web development, and really specifically helping businesses that really don't have a website, or they have a website that's not professional, making it feasible and easy to get a value priced website that is top of the line, professional, really makes a good impression for them. So I really love working with people that are just starting out.
That's an excellent point, because during the COVID, where everything had to go digital one way and both ways. Not only you had to get yourself out there digitally, but when you look for something, you were forced to do looking on the computer, just to navigate what other businesses of your interest. So that's it brings to a story real quick that my brother, who's a computer systems engineer, he works for Nordstrom's, and he works from home. He has been for 15 years. So when the COVID hit, it didn't affect him at all. The only way it affected him is he was required to go to Seattle once a month for a meeting. And when COVID hit, no one was at the office, the big home office there for Nordstrom's. So when he went there, he was the only one there with a big screen Zoom with everybody, all the executives at home. So it's like, what a turn of the tables there. But it just gives you the idea of how different businesses are affected by the digital wave that was catapulted by the COVID experience. So what do you see in your next 3 to 5 years, let's say, for your business?
Yeah, so in the next 3 to 5 years, I really see many new partnerships being made, growing our team and our network. So really we rely a lot on partnerships with other agencies who can help us in different areas. Our specialty lies in Facebook ads and web design and creative, but we're always looking for other partnerships with agencies that can help us grow and really increase our capacity to serve people. And it goes right back to that goal of helping people, just putting good out into the world. So I'm really looking for those partnerships that grow in that area, and other people who are on the same mission as me, just to spread good in the world and do good out there. And that goes for the clients that we work with as well. So we work with ethical companies. I will not work with somebody who is doing anything, sketchy, has any kind of unethical practices in their businesses. That's also another way that we're promoting, good and putting good into the world, is by actually helping those businesses grow. Because I think there's a lot of temptation in the business world. There's a lot of, bad things going on in the hierarchies of corporations and things like that. And we know that small businesses are the backbone of the country. I don't know what the exact percentage is now, but somewhere around 99% of businesses are small businesses. So that's really our kind of bread and butter, is helping those businesses grow that are, out there doing good in the world.
That is so true. It is the backbone. That's the whole reason for this podcast, is to reach out and give some information, give some inspiration, and promote the small business owner, such as Allison. Now I'm going to put you on the spot real quick here with one last question here. What advice would you give a business owner such as yourself out there that's looking, maybe they just started, 2 weeks ago, or they're thinking about starting, or they're just having a little trouble getting things started, and they've been trying for 6 months or so? Any advice that you could give them? Doesn't matter what facet of it, but what comes to mind when I ask that question?
Yeah, I have two major things. The first one is get a mentor, or multiple. My mentor, who taught me how to operate my business, how to do Facebook ads, she's helped me in so many ways, just, with the legal side of my business, the mindset, which mindset's the biggest thing that you're going to need to kind of refine and perfect. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But I've come across multiple mentors. You yourself, you're one of my, I consider you a mentor. And they, they just help you grow so much, and you can kind of skip those some of the painful parts. Being an entrepreneur, you really have to learn from your failures, and you have to feel some of those pains and the downtimes for sure. But I think having good mentors on your side really helps through those times as well, helps you get back up quicker, and it helps you learn more and take advantage of your failures in ways that can really catapult your success. The other thing is to pick the weeds in your brain every day. Every day, because that's going to be the biggest enemy, at least it has been for me, and I know many other entrepreneurs, is your own mind and your own mindset. And so really for me, the biggest thing I've learned is my limiting beliefs. So knowing what those are, knowing what are the beliefs that you hold in your head that might hold you back, and in fact, that have held you back in your, where you've been in life so far. So some of my limiting beliefs specifically that I've had to overcome and reframe in my mind have been that, I'm not capable or not smart enough. Those things that we really don't like to look in the face, but they're in the back of our minds. You have to get rid of those. You have to move past them, because once you break through those limiting beliefs, it's just really, it's limitless.
Well, that is just some excellent advice. Well, I want to thank you. It's been a great conversation. We've done exactly what I really hope we do, is to give some information, some insight in what it takes to build a business and start a business, and some of the things we have to go through. So one very last question, Allison, where can people find more information about it?
Sure. So you guys can go to my website. It's at AllisonAnna.com. That's 2 L's and an I and 2 N's in Anna. So AllisonAnna.com. And then also Facebook, you can find me at Allison Anna Ads.
That's great. So that's all I have for today. I appreciate you tuning in for this episode with Allison Anna with Awaken Marketing.
All right. Thank you.
If you want to learn more about guerrilla marketing, visit biggorillamarketing.com. You can also connect with me on Facebook at Big Guerrilla Marketing.